Hello, Nez Nation. Welcome to another episode of Office Hours with yours truly, your personal branding coach, Professor Nez. This is the show where you can ask me anything about how to advance your career, how to message, brand yourself, how to grow, start an online business. We're starting right now, so don't go anywhere. Welcome, one and all. It is so awesome to see you guys. Please make sure, if you haven't already, please make sure that you come on in and tell me where you're coming from. Make sure you smash that smash button, as we call it, or the like button, aka. Welcome. So great to see you. Sweeney Dunstan in the house, our new mod in charge. You misspelled Nez Nation. What's wrong with you, Sweeney? That's a bad start. I'm just teasing. You're totally fine. So great to see you guys. I have so much to talk to you about today. I am just super excited. Great to see you, Eduardo from Norway. Great to see you. Thank you. Welcome. First of all, if you're new to this channel and you're wondering, well, what did I just stumble in upon? Or if you're listening to this on the podcast, just happened to catch us. This is a show where you can ask me anything. It's a live office hours. The name of the show is Office Hours Live. It's one segment of our Nez Nation Live podcast, live stream show podcast, where you can come on here and ask me any question. These have been wildly popular, and I love doing these. We go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific. That would be 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. And we started a little bit late today because I wasn't really planning on conducting the show. I sent a message to everybody, to all our subscribers yesterday, saying that, I wasn't going to go live this Sunday, that I was just going to see you guys next week. I don't know. A lot of you guys might not know this, but I've been sharing this on Instagram, which you guys should follow me on Instagram. It's Professor_Nez. Please make sure that you check me out there, or on Twitter. I shared a bunch of pictures. We experienced a pretty bad leak in our home last week, and it's just been a disaster. A leak from the top of the toilet all the way down into the kitchen. Just a real disaster. I'm not going to get into the details, but I've been dealing with plumbers, contractors, electrician, insurance, the whole 9 yards, and it's just been a real stressful time. And most of you who've experienced something like this, I'm sure, can relate to this. And so, I wasn't really sure I was going to go live today. And so I sent out a message, but you know what? I woke up this morning and we were able to kind of get we were able to get a lot of stuff done, yesterday and the day before. And so I was like, you know what? Screw it. I can't do this to my Nez Nation family. This is the ultimate online community, bringing more humanness to this digitalness. And please, if you don't mind, I would love it, because we want to get as many people as we can. We want to help as many people as we can, transform as many lives as we can. You can ask me any question you want related to branding, storytelling, digital storytelling, how to start, grow, scale an online business, how to work remotely from home, how to advance my career, interview questions, career change questions, anything at all. Looks like we already got a question from George. So I would love it if you could share this out. This would really mean a lot to me. And so, I'm really excited. And I definitely, George, thank you so much. George asked a really great question. Could you share your thinking on the drop in the national unemployment? Absolutely, I will. Thank you so much. I will definitely cover that. And so, I decided to go live. I can't do it. I can't deprive. Really, I just love hanging with you guys so much every single Sunday. This is one of the highlights, if not the highlight of my week. Those of you listening on the podcast, I really appreciate you guys plugging us in your eardrums. It really means the world to me to see you guys. And so I'm just super excited. And you can ask me anything you want. So please make sure that you share this out. Before I get to your question, George, I have to mention our sponsor of the show, beyondtheboxacademy.com. This is the ultimate online university, better than a Harvard MBA, better than any degree you could get at a traditional institution, where we have 60% off our courses. BeyondTheBoxAcademy.com, taking your learning, taking your knowledge beyond the box of the classroom into the real world so you can actually apply tangible teachings and learnings on how to grow your business, how to advance your career, how to get your message out there, how to put yourself out there, how to create your online presence, your online reputation, how to get yourself out of your own way, and how to actually execute, and just real, tangible, practical tools and strategies and best practices, step by step, holding your hand the whole entire way. These are the greatest courses you'll ever find. And right now we've got 60%. Most of these courses are over thousands of dollars, but they've all been reduced because of COVID. I felt it was the right thing to do. So please make sure you go check out BeyondTheBoxAcademy.com. Hey, is that my man KD in the house? Is KD in the house? Kenneth Dunner Jr. I love it. How are you, sir? Great to see you. KD is in the house. So great to see you. Yeah, I actually was really close to taking this one off. And so I was really, thank you so much, Sweeney, for that question. Welcome to the mod family, the greatest Nez Nation, the greatest mods in the business, the Nez Nation mods. Sweeney, I think you deserve it. You've been a fantastic member of the Nez Nation family for a long time, and you've been so supportive, so encouraging, getting value from everything that we put out. It's so great to have you, Sweeney Dunston. Let me talk about George's question first. And I want to get to your question, Sweeney. And again, please leave questions in the comments, any question at all. This is a live Q&A. Ask me anything. Ask a personal branding coach. I'm here to serve. I'm here to serve you. Okay, so George says, let me go back to George's question. So George says, maybe you could share your thinking on the drop in national unemployment. Yes, thank you so much. Okay, so it dropped, yes, to 8.4%. It was above double digits for a long time. Yeah, I mean, the point of the matter is it's insignificant. I'm going to tell you that right now. It doesn't matter. Most of the reporting is done, in a very kind of generic way, and it's not accurate all the time. The point of the matter is that the real gist of everything, George, is that the hiring is still taking place. A lot of hiring is still taking place. And so it really behooves you to make sure that you have a communication platform, a communication conveyance, AKA resume, LinkedIn, that is polished, that is modernized, that relates and is relevant to the times that you're living in. Otherwise, you're going to get Nathan, AKA nothing. And so it's really important that you understand that, when I say personal branding, which is just literally modern communications, who are you? What is the value you can bring? I need to know who you are. Awareness is the first step of that component. Then you need to communicate your story. You need to communicate your story in a way that's powerful, that encompasses how you can solve problems for me if I'm an organization or if I'm a independent contractor or what have you. Doesn't matter. It's good news that it's dropping, but I don't pay too much attention to those numbers because a lot of the reporting, the people who, it's probably a lot higher if you really want to know the truth, because just a lot of people are not reporting their unemployment. But there's the real implication of those numbers is that, yes, and I get this question all the time, has COVID-19 impacted the job marketplace? Well, capital Y, yes, absolutely it has impacted the job marketplace. It's impacted everything. There is not a business on planet Earth that has not been affected by COVID-19 and the shutdowns and the lockdowns and the restrictions and yada, yada, yada. The list goes on and on. But you need to adapt. Look, my business dropped over 67% in April. I'm slowly kind of coming back, but guess what? I'm fine. I know I'm going to be fine. I know we're all going to be fine, because I'm not going to count on the government to help me. I'm not just going to sit back and go, well, government, help me. I need to take action. You got to go after it. Let me tell you just a really quick story if I can. And I know a lot of you guys have heard this before. KD says, read it out loud. Eduardo, I want to get to your question. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to get to your question after I get to Sweeney's question. Thank you so much. And again, please, it would mean the world to me. Make sure that you share this out and you smash that like button. I mean, obliterate that thumbs up. I would really, really appreciate that. Make sure you share this out. So, during the first recession, the very first one, even before the 2007 recession, which that's a whole nother story, I was starting my teaching career, and I am an actual business communications professor at several universities here in Southern California. I do it very, very part-time, but I love teaching. It's in my blood. It's in my DNA, just like I love doing this. It was such a beautiful, natural transition, being an early adopter of live streaming over 5+ years of live streaming. Live streaming is basically coaching. It's basically teaching. It's basically education, hopefully entertaining too, but it's all those things. And so all my colleagues during the recession were struggling to get jobs. A lot of them gave up, and I felt for them. I truly did. And I know that it's not easy. And I know that, being discouraged by the marketplace is a real thing. It's a very strong thing. I know it is. But you know what I did? I went even more aggressive. I went even more gung-ho. I followed up. The fortune is in the follow-up. Don't ever forget this, y'all. I went as far as, this is when I was first getting teaching gigs. I went as far as showed up unannounced to the department and demanded that I talk to the chair. And when I say demanded, not in a rude, unprofessional way, but I just made my presence felt. And they couldn't. You have to make yourself unforgettable. You have to position yourself as someone who cannot be ignored. Unemployment's going to go up and down. And yes, it's tragic. And yes, it's terrible. And yes, it's pervasive. And we don't really know what the future is going to hold, especially we've got markets do not like, don't ever forget this, Nez Nation. Markets do not like uncertainty. You saw what happened in the stock market. Markets do not like uncertainty. And what is more uncertain than what's about to happen? Can somebody tell me? Anybody tell me what I'm talking about? Give me a hashtag in the chat. What am I talking about? What is the most uncertain event that is about to happen in just a few short weeks? I mean, really, it's not even months. It's just a few short. It is 1 month, but what's going to be happening? Hey, thank you so much, Eduardo. I really appreciate that. Look at this comment. Daniel Alleghi from the Swedish Forest in the house. Good to see you. Welcome to the Nez Nation family. Eduardo, you've never seen a live stream podcast like this in your life. We have fun here. Not only are we educational and entertaining, but we have fun. What am I talking about? What is the uncertainty that's about to happen in just a very, very short period? We have a huge event taking place, especially here in the United States, that is probably the most divisive, the most polarizing event that this country has ever faced. Now, I'm not like a lot of people who, and I think it's very, very dangerous, but I see a lot of people talking about civil war, a lot of people just fear-mongering, a lot of people. We are the United States of America, and we are a country full of innovators. 99% of people are not like what they're being portrayed like in the media. They are good, hardworking people who just want to live their lives. Don't listen to everything that the media is spewing. And I'm not just talking about the right or left. I'm talking about both sides. Critically discern and exercise your own critical thinking, y'all. Do not embrace the fear. It is complete bubkus, okay? Bubkus. I haven't used that word in a long time. What is the event? Okay, I've got one saying crash. Yeah, that's not exactly the event I was speaking to. And plus, that's not really something that can be predicted or is not for certain. But what is certain is the uncertainty around the election coming up. That's what I was looking for, the election. And so markets don't like uncertainty. So now is the time to be flexible and malleable. Now is the time to adapt. I've been saying these things for years. Okay. Luis says, what is this was Luis. Okay. I thought this was Sweeney. I apologize. Luis, great to see you. Another one of our massive Nez Nation mods. Luis has been with me since the early Periscope Twitter live days. We're talking 4 or 5 years ago. So great to see you, Luis. Thank you for being here. Luis says, what is the minimum equipment you need to get started working from home? Fantastic. An internet connection and a laptop. That's all you need. An internet connection and an iPad. That's all you need. An internet connection and some type of device that you can connect with individuals. Hopefully, you don't even need fancy equipment like webcams or microphones. You don't need all that. You could add on stuff later, but literally all you need is more important than the major equipment. I'm talking about external equipment, but the internal equipment is dedication, adaptation, go-getterness, and not allowing this dude inside your head, who is the number one impediment. You guys know I talk about this on my channel all the time. Not letting the eternal doubter. It's that dude that lives inside every single human being's head, whose job it is to constantly doubt us. See, a lot of people think it's your parents, it's your job, it's your workers, it's your boss, it's haters, it's trolls. No, the only thing stopping you is that dude inside your head, period. And so the only equipment that you need self-belief. You need to understand how you're being your worst enemy and how to transcend that. You need to finally say to yourself, you know what? No more BS. Do you really want this? Do you really want to be happy? Do you really want to have money in your pocket? Take your family out, be able to buy nice things? Take your wife to nice places? Do you really want to be able to do this? Do you really want to have freedom and flexibility? Then you have to go after it. There's no easy get rich quick scheme. By the way, I'm going to be releasing a series of videos on my YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/Professor Nez and subscribe immediately, because this very question, thank you so much, by the way, Luis. Hey, Super Dave is in the house. Super Dave, how are you, sir? Make sure you smash the smash button and make sure you share this out. KD says, you got that right. I make presence known. You better believe it. You better believe it. So, Luis, this is such a great question, because I'm going to be releasing a whole new series. I do have a video on my YouTube channel about the, I think it's the 10 best work from home jobs, or maybe even more than that, remote jobs that you can earn money right now. I have a video on my channel that covers that, and I'll leave a link to that in the description. But I'm going to be releasing a series of videos about how you can make money at home, how you can earn a lot of money weekly, daily, monthly. What are the top websites where you can go and set up shop today, immediately? How to earn passive income. So I'm going to be releasing, I'm doing more videos that are because I'm listening to you guys. I'm listening to my audience. I'm going to do more videos that help you guys with this time, this very difficult time that we're facing right now. So if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe and hit that bell notification for all notifications, because you do not want to miss out on this. And this is not get rich quick crap. I've watched almost every video online about, how to earn, how to earn money on the side, create a side hustle business, create a consulting business, coaching business, how to make money online. I've watched almost every video on the internet about this topic. And 99% of them are absolutely, I call it the coconut and yacht syndrome. You guys have heard me say this on Nez Nation before. I call it the coconuts and yacht syndrome. They're peddling this dream, this fantasy, that all you need to do is go online and say, here I am, and you're going to be a millionaire. It's complete BS. My man Tom Nash is in the house. Speaking of calling out BS, Tom Nash has a great channel. Go check out Tom Nash. I love the stuff that he does on Grant Cardone and others. Tom Nash does an amazing channel talking about everything that I just said. And so I'm hoping to bring practical, real, tangible, no fluff, no BS, no coconuts and yachts. Make sure you subscribe. Great to see you, Tom Nash. Thank you for being here live on Nez Nation Live. I love it. So yeah, so Luis, make sure that you check that out, because, and everybody else, make sure that you check that out, because you're going to love the next 5 to 6 videos that I'm going to be posting, with a couple of mindset videos peppered in there between, because, I can't talk about getting your message out there, earning money, advancing your career, growing your online business without this dude right here, because it all starts with this dude inside your dome. Okay. Eduardo has a question. By the way, make sure you leave your questions in the chat down below. Eduardo, first time listener of Nez Nation Live. It's so nice to have you. Personal branding, LinkedIn plus Facebook. when do people have a personal private life? I am not a big fan of Facebook, but I still wonder, do people live for branding or do they have a personal unknown account for being human and not a brand? Well, first of all, there's no separation between the two. The problem is that most people think, well, here's my business side and here's my human side. No, that's why most businesses fail. Bring the humanness to your business. Humanize your brand. What is the mission statement of our channel? Sweeney, Luis, are you here? What is the mission statement of our channel? Please, somebody, please, I'm begging you. Matthew Mitchell in the house. Great to see you. Great to see you, Matthew. Thank you so much. Yeah, you know, I know this happens all the time, and I completely appreciate that. Yes, on LinkedIn, my iPhone, that's what I use 99% to make content. I love it. That's all you need. All you need is that dude in your back pocket. Thank you so much. Hey, look at that. It's Ross Brand in the house from Livestream Universe. Let's get Professor Nez to 5K. I'm so close. Great to see you, Ross. Fantastic. Thank you. Elizabeth Fisher. Great to see you. I love you and your dad. I love everything you guys are doing. So great to see you. Great to see you. Thank you so much. I love it. Okay. So you got to humanize your brand. Absolutely. So look at this. Eduardo says, so just be yourself everywhere. Absolutely. Now, that doesn't mean that you just post like, you know, that you don't understand the platforms that you're on and you just post, you know, whatever you want. And you just kind of, disregard all professionalism and disregard all, acts of decorum. No, not at all. But here is the deal. Thank you so much. Ethereal Dreamweaver on Periscope. Great to see you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. When I say just be yourself, I'm not just one of these guys who just says, just be yourself and just do whatever you want. No. What do you want to be known for? What do you want your reputation to be about? And when I say just be yourself, or when I say bring your authenticity to the table, what I'm saying is that don't be regimented. Don't be so premeditated. Don't compare yourself to other people. Don't try to fake it till you make it. One of the worst concepts that has made it to the mainstream, and it seems to be advice and counsel that is delivered, unwaveringly and shamelessly everywhere. What do you want to be known for? Your personal brand is your reputation. Okay. It is your online reputation, your digital footprint. What do you want to be known for? What is your objective? And how do you reach that goal? When I say just be yourself, when I say that you can be yourself everywhere, yes, humanize your brand. Don't always be like this. Hi, I'm Professor Nez. And today we're going to talk about, you got to get loose, be natural, be organic. Don't try to be, I hate that word organic. That's like the most abused word on the planet. I'm sorry, but don't be afraid to. I did a very interesting video recently. So great to see you. I did a very, I think one of the most powerful videos I've created in a really long time. And I'll leave a link in the description down below. I did a video very recently on, this reaction video to Ethan Hawke's viral video on creativity. And I talk about this. And one of the things that's mentioned in there, go check out that video after this stream, is, to embrace and not be afraid to look like a fool. That, there's always going to be somebody, no matter how pristine, no matter how accomplished or polished you may come across in your communication. Because again, personal branding, it's the simplest thing on the planet. Personal branding equals modern communications. This is nothing new. This is how if I want to do business with you, if I want to hire you, I need to know who you are. It starts with awareness. How do you create awareness? Your two-dimensional context, resume, proposal, pitch, landing page, whatever, it's two-dimensional. I want to know who you are. I want to get a taste, a feel. Do you know how many? Matthew Mitchell just mentioned a really interesting concept. He said, sometimes, Nez, I'm here, but I don't comment. Do you know how many clients I have accrued through live streaming, through my content marketing, through creating value and servicing you guys and helping as much as I can, just by people saying, hey, Nez, I never comment. I had a guy who was a client of mine about 6-8 months ago who said, I never comment. I've never ever engaged in the live stream or any of your videos, but I watch every single one. And I just wanted to say, I would love to work with you. That's happened. That's just one example, but that's happened time and time again. Now, if I wasn't myself, okay, if I didn't communicate in the way that I know I can be, first of all, it's impossible to sustain. It's impossible to fake it till you make it, because you're eventually going to get exposed, because that's impossible to sustain long term. I've said this before on Nez Nation. It takes great effort to be somebody. It takes zero effort to be yourself. Think about that. Yes, humanize your brand. Yes, bring your own unique trait and characteristics and personality to what you do. That way it's not work, it's effortless. It's effortless. You don't have to have premeditation. Now, I might be different than most people because my wife is like a lot of people. She's very analytical, likes to have everything regimented. That doesn't mean just get up here and just wing it. Of course not. Know your craft, know your topic. As Dylan says, know your song well before you start singing. I know my song well. I eat, sleep, and breathe communications, storytelling. My whole life, I've been doing this for over 28 plus years. I teach business communications at some of the top universities in Southern California. I ain't your average professor. I've been in business for over 28 years. I helped my mom with her retail business when I was 13. I ran a catering business before. Now I have 2 businesses right now, my online academy and my coaching agency. And so, I mean, I've been doing this forever. I know my song well. So I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense. Yes, absolutely, Eduardo. Humanize your brand. Yes, thank you so much. Tom Nash, it's so great to see you. We are humans. We connect with humans more than any concept. Yes, nobody does business with a building. Nobody does business with a billboard. Nobody does business with an office. Nobody does business with a logo. They do business with people. Your personal brand is your ability to bring that to the forefront. And look, there's a lot of people. I know you might find this surprising, but there's a lot of people out there that are like, I don't like Nez. And that's okay. There's 7.7 billion people on the planet. I know it's shocking, but that's okay. You can't be liked by everybody. You can't please everybody. So you might as well not try to please everybody. You're going to attract the right audience. You're going to attract the right people just by being 1 billion% genuine. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to help you. No coconuts and yachts here. Not at all. If you're just joining us right now, you're watching Office Hours with yours truly, your personal branding coach. We go live every single Sunday, usually at 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. We go live on LinkedIn, Twitch, YouTube, Periscope, and my Facebook business page, Professor Nez. And so this is a show where you can ask me anything. Ask me anything about building your brand, about getting your message out there, telling your story, advancing your career, starting, building, scaling your online business. Maybe you want to be a consultant, a coach, a freelancer, just, create a side hustle. This is the show where you can ask anything you want. So make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you subscribe. Hey, Marcello Arcele from Atlanta, Georgia. So great to see you. Absolutely. So great to see you. Team Live, baby. That's right, Marcello. Marcello is a great live streamer. Fantastic. Go check him out. Ross says, through video and especially live video, people get a sense of what it would be like to work you. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, video is I love some of you guys are listening to this on the podcast. And we do have a #1 rated business branding podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Radio Public, you name it. Everywhere you listen to podcasts, you should all go check out the Nez Nation Live Personal Branding live stream show. Over 100 ratings, 5-star ratings. We're growing very, very fast. I'm very, very proud of our show. We're bringing guests as well as doing our office hours live. And so Ross has been on the show before, and so has a couple other people. I think Chris Jones is in the chat somewhere. He's been on the show before. I might have to get Tom Nash on the show. If you're still here, Tom has an unbelievable channel. I love his YouTube channel. Go check out Tom Nash for sure. Video, podcasting is fantastic. Written content, do not discount blogging and LinkedIn articles. They're absolutely fantastic. And so, these are other great forms of content. But as Ross said so aptly, video content is really everything. And the reason I go so gung-ho on LinkedIn video and LinkedIn Live and YouTube, I think everybody who's watching and listening who doesn't understand that YouTube is the greatest video platform on the planet. Facebook doesn't come anywhere close. LinkedIn doesn't come anywhere close. Even though I love LinkedIn, I've been a coaching consultant for LinkedIn for a long time now. And LinkedIn is probably my strongest platform with over 20,000 followers and connections, 22,000 connections. I've been building my business and brand on LinkedIn since 2007. And a big shout out to Chris Brogan. Chris Brogan, if you're watching, that was the sweetest video. I helped Chris Brogan, New York Times bestselling author, get access to LinkedIn Live. And if you haven't seen it, go to my Instagram because he left. It's also on my LinkedIn. It's on my LinkedIn featured section. Chris Brogan, big shout out to you. Thank you so much. We got to get you back on the show. Chris Brogan did a video. He produced and executed a video on his LinkedIn page and his Twitter page, basically giving me a huge testimonial saying that if it wasn't for Professor Nez, I wouldn't have gotten access to LinkedIn Live. And so I've been helping clients get access. I've been helping a lot of people with LinkedIn branding, LinkedIn coaching, getting their profile in order so that it speaks the story, it speaks the narrative that they want to attract the right audience. I've been doing that for a very, very long time. And so big shout out to you, Chris Brogan. Thank you so much for the awesome testimonial. I'm just humbled by that. And if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. Maybe I should put it on my YouTube channel too. But it was just an awesome video where he thanked me and gave me a huge shout out. So really, really appreciate it. Ross says, I think it's only 2 to 3 billion that don't like Professor Nez. Okay, I'll take that. Hey, I'll take that. I'm above 50%. Hey, I've got a 50% approval rating, baby. I'll take that. Ross has an amazing platform too. Go check out Ross Brand, Livestream Universe. I call him the mayor of live streaming. I love Ross. We've done a show before in the past. Ross is just, you want to talk about genuine value. It's so great to see you, Ross. I'm really proud that you're here, brother. And thank you. Thank you for just being you and continue with the great work that you're doing, man. Love it. Tom Nash says, the moment I stopped trying being a character and started being myself, my channel gained 13,000 subs in 1 month. God, I love that. That is absolutely fantastic. Great to see you, Social Buzz. Great to see you. Welcome to the show. That is absolutely awesome. I love that. Yeah. And, not to sound bumper stickery or not to sound, kind of namby-pamby, this whole be yourself stuff. Like, it's just, I know that the number one impediment for most of you, just like it is for all of us, is playing that comparison game. It's like, well, wait a minute. Do I have to be like Nez, so animated and sometimes kooky and crazy? No, absolutely not. There's enough. There's one Nez is plenty. We don't need more Nezes. Do I have to be like Ross Brand? Do I have to be like Tom Nash? Do I have to be like Marcello or Luis with his tech channel? Do I have to be like these people? Absolutely not. The comparison game, as Henry Miller once said, comparisons are odious. And so I know that's the number one thing stopping you. And so maybe not the number one thing, but it's definitely initially when people get started, it's one of those things that can be a huge barrier and a huge blockade for you to actually put yourself out there. And so this whole idea of, and I know this word has been abused too, being authentic, being real, being yourself. It sounds nice. It sounds, pretty, right? It looks good in an Instagram post, where people quote themselves all the time, but it's actually true. It's actually got validity to it. There's a legitimate reason why, humanizing your brand is going to lead to success. And look, money is important. I'm not one of these people who says money is not important. You got to feed yourself. You got to take care of yourself, your family. If you're like me, I've got kids. I got a wife. I got a mortgage. We need Monet. We need Monet. It's important. But impact always before revenue. Impact always before income. Impact. It starts with impact. And here's the ironic thing. The more that you're yourself, the more that you are genuine, the more that you bring your unique pure personality to the table, the money just follows. I'm living proof that this stuff works. I'm not talking about anything that I haven't done myself, that I have not executed myself. There is amazing ways for you to make money online in a very genuine, real way. As a matter of fact, personal branding, I mean, there's no undertaking more important than your personal brand, because literally it's your entire life. It's your legacy. It's your reputation. It's how your kids are going to remember you. It's how people remember you. It takes more, you should really exercise as much thought, as much, strategy and uniqueness and genuineness in your personal brand than anything, because this is the rest of your life. This is the rest of your life. And so this is how you're going to be known. This is how you're going to be recognized. This is how you're going to be able to put yourself out there in a consistent basis. Thank you so much. Stephen M. Murrow, awesome business owner here in the local area. Stephen M. Murrow was a student of mine back at the University of Redlands Business School. Great to see you, Stephen. How's everything going? How is business? Love seeing you. We're going to have to get you on the podcast too, Steve, because Steve is just a treasure trove of knowledge. He's been running a business for how long now, Steve? Let me know in the chat. I know you've been running it. It's got to be plus 15, 20 years at least, I would say. Tom Nash says, who doesn't imitate Nick Nimmin? I've been there too, brother. Tom Nash says, for the first 8 months, I was imitating Nick Nimmin without even knowing it. Oh, man. Nick's been on the show before. The great Nick Nimmin, who's closing in on, I think he's getting real close to 1 million subs. He's got probably, I would say he's been the most influential content creator on me growing my YouTube channel. And I'm a big advocate of YouTube. I mean, people say, where should I start? YouTube. You should start on YouTube. Just for the fact that it's owned by Google. Just for the fact that, and I'm going to advocate for YouTube for just a second here, because a lot of people are worried. Should I start on Twitter? Should I start on LinkedIn? Should I start on Snapchat? Should I start on Periscope? Should I start on Twitch? You should start on YouTube. Every one of you should be putting out content on YouTube. Why? Because when you tweet something out, it's gone 2 seconds later. Nobody's going to find your Facebook video or your Facebook Live after you've produced it. I've got videos that I've done 3-4 years ago, and I know Tom can back me up on this, that I'm still getting thousands of views on. I had a video that's ranking number 1 for how to host a talk show. It's got, I think, almost 100,000 views. And I did that literally with no professional equipment. I think I used my phone. I'm pretty sure I used my phone. It's almost got 100,000 views. It's earned me amazing revenue throughout the last 3-4 years. Get on YouTube ASAP. Video is everything. Yes. Super Dave in the house. Great to see you, Super Dave. If you're just coming in right now, I have to let you know that what you're watching and listening to is Office Hours, #AMA. Ask Me Anything. We go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time, where you can ask a personal branding coach anything. I've been in this game for over 25 years. Leave your questions in the comments. By the way, if you're watching this or listening to this on the replay, leave your questions in the comments, especially on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Professor Nez. We're live on LinkedIn. We're live on Twitch. We're live on Periscope. We're live everywhere because I love being live everywhere with the awesome platform StreamYard, which I have a link in the description. If you're interested in learning more about StreamYard and how to sign up for free, I've got a link in the description on my YouTube channel. It is my number 1 software platform. I love it. Oh my God, look at this. So Steve says 8 years as of today, Murrow Development Consultants. That is so awesome. Impact of 1. Absolutely. He's been in the business for 42 years. It came together after taking your class. Oh, I love that. Thank you so much. Steve, you need to write me a recommendation on my LinkedIn profile. That's what you need to do, because that's a huge testament and testimonial from you, sir, especially somebody I recommend immensely. I really appreciate that, Steve. Thank you so much. Steve and I have had coffee and lunch together several times. He is a local business baron. I mean, he is the leader of Orange County in his industry. One of the top marketplaces in the world, too. Steve, you're doing amazing stuff. And he's also doing all these kind of unbelievable charities, inspirational, programs. I mean, helping kids. He's just an awesome dude. Awesome dude. Thank you, Steve. It's so great to see you. It's so great to see you. Thank you so much, Ross. You're building. You are too, man. I know you're doing great stuff on YouTube. And I love it, man. I love everything that you're doing. I love it, man. You're doing fantastic too, brother. Yes, I am very, very lucky. I'm very, very proud of the work that we've been doing. I'm proud that I've been getting the kind of traction. And here's the thing too, because a lot of you guys, and let me just talk about this very briefly, if I may. It took a long time. Look, I'm almost at 5,000 subs, which I'm so proud of that. And I plan on getting to 100,000. I plan on getting to 1 million. And it's not about that, because impact comes first, but I'd be lying. I don't like false modesty. I'd be lying if I didn't say I want 7 billion subscribers. Yes, I want everybody. I think I have the audacity. I have the belief that my message matters and can impact billions, not millions. It took a long time. I started my YouTube channel, or actually basically threw away my old YouTube channel in 2016 and started a brand new one as I kind of pivoted. And for the first 2 years, 2016, 2017, I think I had something like 500 or 600 subscribers, and I didn't really know what I was doing on YouTube. And I got a lot of help from Nick Nimmin. I got a lot of help from the community. And I finally kind of, understood the art and science of, how these platforms work. It's really important that you do your due diligence, that you research. I see a lot of people repurpose their Facebook videos or repurpose their Instagram videos on YouTube and just basically just slap them on there. And then they wonder why they're not getting any views. They wonder why they're not getting any traction. You've got to contextualize for each platform. That's really, really important. Like, for example, I'll tell you with this podcast, some of you guys listening to this podcast right now, I strip the audio of this live stream, but I don't just slap it on there and say, here you go. I contextualize to the platform, meaning I put a very, very specific intro, outro, mid-roll. I make sure that it's contextual to the podcast platform. And so when I say that, that I love repurposing, I'm a big fan of micro content and cutting and splicing long form into short form and putting on the different platforms. I've done that with this show. As a matter of fact, the LinkedIn Live Access video that Chris Brogan utilized my help to get LinkedIn access, that was taken from a question from you guys on this show. But I contextualized it to the YouTube platform. You got to understand titles, tags, thumbnails. This took a long time. And now I can tell you without a shadow of exaggeration, without one molecule of hyperbole, my YouTube channel really started getting major momentum probably just in the last 8 to 9 months, where I really started seeing things take off. And I'm just super proud and super lucky, super humbled, and super grateful for you. And I'm never going to stop. I'm going to keep going and going and going, actually earning a pretty nice, cool revenue from just AdSense alone. Never mind all the sponsorships, never mind all the clients, and never mind all the traction. YouTube is huge. George Ryman in hot Phoenix, Arizona. Dude, brother, let me tell you something. So great to see you, George, on LinkedIn. Absolutely. It is 105 degrees here in Southern California. I don't think I've ever seen a temperature like that in the 30 years of living here. I don't think I've ever seen a temperature that way. Yeah, it is Sunday, September 6th, 2020, as of this recording. I hope you're doing okay. I hope your AC is working, brother. I hope your AC is working. Fantastic. Ross has a question. Ross has a question here from Livestream Universe. This is a great question. Now that you're almost at 5K, How long do you think it will take to get to 100K? So this is a great question. I defer to one of the top YouTubers on YouTube really answering this question, and I completely agree. Casey Neistat, most of you guys know who Casey Neistat is. He says the hardest road is the road to 10,000. He said the hardest road to getting subscribers is the grind of getting to your first 10,000 subscribers, right? And then he said, after 10,000 to 20,000 or 10,000 to 50,000, he said was much easier to get to than 0 to 10,000. So much like anything, once you cross that first hump, right? You want to start a new fitness regimen or fitness routine. You want to get in shape. It's usually that first year, that first 6 months, that first 3 months of just getting into the rhythm, getting into the mindset that you can do this, that you can devote yourself and commit yourself to this. Those are the hardest. Once you get, set in your ways, and once you find that rhythm and you get into that zone, it gets easier and easier. Here's the cool thing about YouTube, which is unlike every other platform. As you start climbing in subscribers, as you start climbing in views, the algorithm comes to your aid, and the algorithm is governed by your audience. Everybody thinks the algorithm is like this separate alien that, is just this puppet master that you have no control over, that just completely rules over you and has complete dominion over where your channel exists or where your channel is going to go. No, that is incorrect. That is incorrect. Okay. The algorithm is triggered by audience behavior. So if you cater your videos to your audience's behavior, the algorithm will be on your side. So yeah, Ross, that couldn't be more true. Yeah, he says my first 100 took forever. Same here, dude. Brother, same here. Let me tell you something. Same here. My first 100 took forever. My first 500 took forever. Getting the watch time so I can get included in the partner program. I think it was, I don't know if it's changed. It was, I think 1,000 subscribers, 40,000 hours of watch time. Was it 400? I don't even know what it is. Somebody remind me what the parameters were. It was so long ago. But that took forever too, to get into the partner program, right? And able to earn revenue from ads. That took forever too. But I'm telling you something, in the last 12 months, my growth has been steady, and I'm getting, every 28 days, I'm getting about 350 subs every 28 days. Beautiful thing about LinkedIn or YouTube that is unlike every other platform is because it's got the beautiful engine of Google behind it. You've got insane analytics. Know your analytics. Understand your analytics. Okay, yeah, 400. I said 400. Sweeney says 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours of watch time. Yeah, 400,000 hours of watch time. Good luck, bro. That shows you. I think I got inducted in the partner program in early 2018. It was very, very lucky. And so, 96 degrees here in Tennessee. My God, AC in this guard shack sucks. I'm so sorry, Sweeney. Thank you for being here too. It's going to get easier. It's going to gradually get, your channel is going to grow a lot faster the more you do it. And what are you at right now, Ross? Do you mind if I ask? I can't remember. I might have to go look at your channel right now. Yeah, so that is it. It gets gradually easier as you build the momentum. And I'm planning on doing a video, by the way, my 5 years on YouTube, biggest takeaway. So I'm planning on doing a video about that because I'm not in no sense a YouTube guru like Niminati and Nick Nimmin and D and those kind of guys. But I can say without a shadow of doubt that I know exactly what it takes, I think, to grow and start and scale on YouTube. I really do. I've been studying this platform. I spend the most time on my LinkedIn channel and YouTube channel. I spend the most time in my analytics. I mean, I'm in my analytics every single day because it's so awesome that this free platform will deliver for you real-time analytics on every single data point you can imagine. I mean, demographic, watch time, retention rate, how long they're watching your video, when they're bouncing from your video. I would say just to give a preview of that video that I'm going to produce on my channel, the biggest takeaway that I have for growing on YouTube is understand your analytics, know who your audience is, know what they're interested in, cater everything to your audience. It goes back to what I said last week, ABS. Always be serving. Always be serving. That's what it's all about. And so that's the key. Okay, Ross says about 1.1 thousand. Okay, cool. That's awesome, Ross. Congratulations, dude. You passed 1,000. That's great, dude. I know that you're not probably uploading as much, right? You're doing your live shows on Facebook and LinkedIn and other places. And so that's awesome, dude. Congratulations, by the way, Ross Brand, for passing 1,000 subs. That's killer. Yeah, Sweeney says, when you first start uploading, YouTube doesn't know what your channel is about. As you go, they learn, who to put your video in front of. That's absolutely true. And here's another thing too, I would add to that is that it takes time on YouTube. It really does. A lot of the videos that you put out today, the YouTube is the long game. YouTube is definitely the long game. That video that is ranking #1 for how to host a talk show, and it's got almost 100,000 views. That video was produced and uploaded in early 2017, I think spring of 2017. And so it's taken a long time, right? But that's the cool thing. That's the cool thing. And I'm earning great revenue from that video. I mean, I'm earning great money every month. I'm not bragging. I'm hoping this inspires you. I mean, not like some of these other guys, obviously, they're getting thousands and thousands of dollars, but dude, that's a video that I did literally with my phone. I mean, of course it has bombastic value because it's me. Never short of believing in myself. Can you tell? But, it was really poorly done. When I look at that video, I'm embarrassed, to be honest. I think the information is awesome, but the production value is garbage. I mean, can you say that about any other platform? Can you say that about your Twitter posts? Can you say that about your LinkedIn posts? Can you say that about your Facebook posts, your Facebook videos, your Facebook Live? I know Facebook is trying really hard with Facebook Watch. I know they're trying really, really hard. But I'm sorry, if you don't have the magnificent engine of Google, which owns the search game, which owns the analytical game, this powerhouse of Google. A lot of people don't know this, but YouTube is owned by Google. The #1 search engine on the planet is Google. The #2 search engine on the planet is YouTube. And so, and I'm not saying just create videos for search, but understand how the end user, understand the psychology. This is the truth for every platform. Understand the end user psychology. What is it that they're looking for? What is it that they want? How do you serve them? And cater your content towards them, and you're going to win. You're going to absolutely win. So, it's a long game. But if you're not on YouTube building your brand, you're missing out on an unbelievable platform. I think it's the best video platform that exists today. TikTok, whatever. There's nothing that comes close to YouTube as far as staying power, lasting power, and longevity. Yeah, I know you're not. I'm uploading about 8 maybe, or maybe even more than that. Now, that's another thing too, that if you want to talk about that, I'm happy to do that. And by the way, if you're just tuning in, just to let you know, you're watching Office Hours here with yours truly, your personal branding coach, Professor Nez. We go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you smash the smash button, aka the thumbs up like button, so that we can reach as many people as you want. And please, by all means, make sure that you share, because sharing is caring. So don't forget to share this out. I would really, really appreciate it. Uploading. Yeah, that's something I learned the hard way too. Now, there's a lot of differing opinions on this, but consistency is crucial for any platform, right? I mean, Instagram and Facebook, to me, Instagram and Facebook is dead weight. I mean, I don't post as much on Instagram and Facebook anymore because the organic reach, unless you're putting money behind your posts, I don't think that Facebook and Instagram people say they're free platforms. It's pay to play, if you ask me. as an online business strategist, personal branding coach. Instagram and Facebook, forget about it. If you're not putting money behind your posts, I don't care how many hashtags you use, you're just not going to get anywhere. You're just not. Mahmoud, good to see you. Mahmoud, just here to support you. I really, really appreciate that, Mahmoud. Thank you so much. Make sure you share this out and make sure you smash that thumbs up. I'd really, really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, please make sure that you ask me. Ask me anything. We've been live for almost about an hour. We usually go live for about an hour every single week. And so, again, every Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. Sometimes I like to go over, but Mahmoud, please make sure that you ask your questions. Now, a lot of people may say something different, but what I've learned, it's unique to every channel. Growing on YouTube and growing on any platform requires consistency. It took me 2 years to get to 200. I mean, look at Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast was uploading videos for 8 years, and I think he was getting nowhere. Now, you know, he in the last couple of years, 2-3 years alone, he changed everything. He adapted, he modified, he started learning more about the art and science of YouTube. Now I think he's going to surpass PewDiePie. He's going to be the number one YouTuber in the next probably 18 months, 2 years. He will be the number one YouTuber. I mean, he's already probably the most popular. But I mean, the guy was on YouTube for 8 years and didn't get anywhere. What does that tell you? This is a long game. This is a long game. Thank you so much for the awesome, I really appreciate that, Sweeney. Thank you so much for the great compliment. I learned a ton from Nez, and yeah, Niminati is absolutely fantastic. There he is. Is that Neil? What's up, Mr. Urban Explorer? How are you? Good to see you, man. Welcome. Great to see you, brother. Neil's got a great channel too. Neil is doing unbelievable. If you're interested at all, go check out Neil's channel. He's growing very, very fast. And Neil is actually living proof that you don't have to rely on search. I'm a big believer in search. And again, it's unique to every channel. But let's face it, YouTube is the second largest search engine. And if you look at your analytics, let your analytics dictate. Most of my videos are coming from search, YouTube search, Google search. Most of my videos are. But Neil is living proof that it's not just about creating this sort of banal kind of keyword title kind of deal where it's just very kind of generic and you're not creating compelling titles. Neil is growing unbelievably fast and unbelievably well. His channel, he just repivoted his channel, I think a year ago. And he absolutely has been growing steadily. Anything you want to learn about van life, it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, George. I really, really appreciate. Yeah, Neil says, I don't think I do anything for search. Yeah. So, I mean, even though it's unique for every channel, it's different for every channel. But don't think that you just have to create these generic titles and keywords, and it's all about keywords. And you need to know about SEO. You need to know about search engine optimization. Neil is living proof that every channel is different. And so he's doing amazing. It's really about the quality of your videos. It's really about the quality of the content. And I would be remiss if I didn't say that, your thumbnail is about 70%, because CTR is one of the number one metrics on YouTube. If you have a high CTR rate, which stands for click-through rate, that is a huge metric. And so click-through rate, the algorithm is really triggered by CTR, right? And then once you get that click, you've got to keep them on the channel. You've got to create a video that's going to keep them there for a very, very long time, or as long as you can. Obviously not anything too over premeditated or over, I'm forgetting the word right now. Eduardo, I love this. Eduardo Rodriguez says, what tools are out there that you recommend for handling multiple social media casting? Well, the tool that I'm using right now, Eduardo, go to my YouTube channel right now. You can watch this right now on YouTube. You can leave LinkedIn and watch me on YouTube. In the description of the video down below, I've got links to all my live stream gear on my Amazon storefront page, my podcasting gear, and the software that I'm using right now, StreamYard. There's a link in the description. Everything is there for you, Eduardo. I supply all the links for you. And full disclosure, some of those links are affiliate links, so I will get a commission from that. Full disclosure, but those are products that I believe in. Those are products that I use. I don't recommend anything that I don't use personally. Okay. So make sure that you go check that out. I'll leave a link in the description. I've got tons of links to everything you need, every tool that you need to do multi-streaming, audio, video, lighting, you name it. Yes, absolutely. Denmark bad. How do I make money? How do you make money? How do you make money now? How do I make money now on Twitch? That's a good question. How do you make money now? Well, who are you? What do you do? I need to know who you are. What unique trait do you have? What unique characteristic do you have? What do you offer? What problem can you solve? That's number one. If you want to make money, you need to solve problems. It's not about you. It's all about them. So that's the best way to do it. Besides, doing the coconuts and yachts syndrome, which I talked about. I don't think the long game, that's not going to work for the long game. When I say coconuts and yachts, it's selling that fantasy. It's selling that get rich quick scheme. You see all these guys on Instagram, standing in front of yachts, in front of Bugattis, or on an island somewhere saying, hey, you want to live on an island? Hey, you want to buy an island? Well, all you got to do is buy my course. All you got to do is sign up for my webinar. No, it doesn't work that way. Nothing works that way. Putting in the work. That's what it's all about. Oh man, it's insane. It's insane, dude. I mean, my wife's got the air conditioner running. Thank you so much for asking, Neil. It's absolutely insane. We've got 105-degree heat post. Hey, thank you so much, Ross. I appreciate that. And Ross, do you have one? Do you have one too? Send me a DM if you will. Or actually, you know what? Just leave yours in the chat. Feel free to leave that in the chat. I don't know if it'll allow you to leave links. But hey, Ross, give us your Amazon shop too, because as I said before, Ross is the mayor of live streaming, and he's one of probably my go-to guys when it comes to live streaming and podcasting. We co-hosted a show together, the Ross and Nez show back in 2017, 2018. He's the man when it comes to this. So leave your Amazon shop too. I want to follow that, and everybody should follow that because Ross is the man when it comes to gear, live stream gear, podcasting gear. I freaking love it. Yeah, leave that in the chat, Ross. Feel free. Eduardo says, I shared your live, the most informative, easy to understand live video I've seen on this topic. Thank you so much, man. De nada. Muchas gracias. I'm humbled by that, Eduardo. Please make sure that you tune in. Yeah, make sure that you follow. If you're on LinkedIn, follow the hashtag NezNation. Follow the hashtag NezNation, and you can definitely you'll always get alerted. Make sure you follow my LinkedIn profile too. Go to my LinkedIn profile, just in the search bar, search Professor Nez, or just if you're watching this on LinkedIn now, just click on my name and my picture. Just check on my name and your picture, and follow my LinkedIn page and turn on all notifications, and you will get everything that you need. Okay. Thank you, Ross. Ross, it's at iRoss brand. Okay. Awesome. Amazon.com/shop for iRoss brand. Okay. Awesome. I think I was actually, Ross, searching for it the other day and I couldn't find it because there was some gear for podcasting that I was looking at, and I was like, oh, I wonder if Ross has a shop. And I didn't put the iRoss. I just put Ross brand, and it said it didn't come up with anything. So thank you, man. I'll go check out your shop, and everybody else should too, because Ross has got incredible stuff. Such a big fan of you, RB. RB is in the house. RB in the house. All right, awesome. Yeah, I've got a video too, by the way. I've got a video on my YouTube channel. If you're looking to make money on Amazon and join the influencer program, which I know that it does take you have to have a pretty strong social media platform, one at least. I think it's either YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook. I don't think they're allowing LinkedIn yet, as far as I know. But yes, you can actually apply, and I show you exactly how to do that. Or actually, no, it's not showing you how to apply, but it's showing you how to set up. And it might be, it's been so long since I did that video. But yeah, it's on my YouTube channel, and it's actually doing pretty well as far as views and getting traction. Go check out my video on how to make money on Amazon and join the influencer program. So it's absolutely fantastic. I haven't done that yet. So listen to this. You're welcome, Ross. Absolutely, brother. I got your back 1,000,000,000%. I love, and we here love and support great content creators and just great human beings. And Ross is that. Yeah. So I haven't actually done this yet. I haven't tried this yet. I've been putting that on the to-do list. So thank you, Ross. And Ross, I believe, that it's only mobile now. Is that correct? Last time I checked, I think it's mobile only, but I could be wrong. And I think it's only iOS, if I'm incorrect. I could be completely wrong, but please feel free to correct me if that's not the case. Okay, does anybody have any last minute questions here for us? Again, if you're just joining right now, we've been live for quite a while here. I'm not Niminati. I don't have time to do 5-hour streams. If you're just joining us again, this is Office Hours #AMA with yours truly, your personal branding coach. Every single Sunday, we go live 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time on all platforms, everywhere that you're at. So please make sure that you click subscribe. Please make sure that you smash the smash button, aka the thumbs up button. We would greatly, greatly appreciate that. Does anybody have any questions? Marikov, yeah, good to see you, man. Marikov, how are you? Yes, Marikov, you were here last week. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, Ross, very cool. Ross says, I have a video that you can connect. Oh, really? Oh, nice. Okay, I'll go check that out. I'll check that out and I'll share that out too. I didn't know you had that. That's awesome. You can connect it to StreamYard. That is awesome. Thank you, Ross. I appreciate that. That's terrific. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, George. Thank you so much for showing up, man. And thank you so much for smashing the smash button. I really appreciate it, George. Always a pleasure to see you. I made sure to tag you, and I'm glad you're here. It's always a pleasure. So Monikov has a follow-up question from last week. What are your thoughts on doctoral applicants emailing potential faculty that they would like to work with? I'm a huge fan of that. Obviously, within reason, there is the potential that you could become annoying and really bothersome. Do it with tact and do it with professionalism. But I've said this before on the channel. I've said it a million times. The fortune is in the follow-up. Everything. I had to get some water. I've said this to my clients and I've said this to my students a million times. You have to go after it. Nobody is going to. The spray and pray mentality is not going to work. You have to go after it. And so putting yourself out there, following up, you've got all these amazing tools, even, calling them and saying, hey, my name is, so-and-so. And, I just wanted to kind of introduce myself. And the more it's about awareness, the more about creating that awareness. And make sure that if you're going to reach out to a faculty member, don't just say, hey, I'd like to work with you, right? Because this is the same thing that I tell clients and everybody, really, all you guys, when you're reaching out for sponsorships or you're reaching out for interview guests for your podcast, don't just say, hey, I'd like to interview you, or don't just say, hey, I would love for you to sponsor my show or sponsor my brand or sponsor my business or what have you. You need to provide information. You need to provide value. You need to tell them why it would be in their best interest or what is it in it for them. Service mindset. Communicate. What is it about working with you? Why do you want to work with them? What do they bring to the table that you feel complements you? And what do you enjoy, admire? Stroking the ego a little bit never hurt. People might find this hard to believe, but faculty, especially university professors, have a ton, they spare no room for ego. They've got plenty of ego. And so, of course, not me. I'm humble pie. Oops. So yeah, stroking the ego a little bit wouldn't hurt, but more importantly, and obviously I'm just kind of kidding a little bit on that, but more importantly, demonstrate to them why working together would be mutually beneficial. I'm also going to do a video on my channel about sales because I'm the best at sales. I'm the best at pitching. And it's the reason I'm the best at sales is because I don't sell. And so I'll tell you what that means. I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm going to be coming up with a video on basically how anybody watching and listening right now can become the best salesman on the planet without being salesy, without being snake oil, used car, without being chintzy or cheesy. You want to make sure that you subscribe to the channel because that video is going to be coming out too. I've got a ton of powerhouse content in the queue. And so if you subscribe to the channel, you're going to get all that stuff. And so make sure that you subscribe. I hope that helps, Marikov. And am I saying that right too? What? Give me how to pronounce your name. Is it Marikov? Give me a number 1 in the chat if it's Marikov, or number 2 if it's Marikov, or just say number 3. You're not even close. And I'm sorry. I'll try something else, or just tell me how you want to be addressed. I like to get people's names right. So. Let me know if that's okay. How to pronounce your name? Any last minute questions before we get out of here? Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here, man. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. It really means the world to me. Thank you. Thank you. I just love it. I love going live every single Sunday. I love talking to you guys. I love hanging with you guys. I love answering your questions. I know that some of you guys actually have questions ready. You're planning the questions. Make sure you do that for next week too. Make sure we'll go live at our regularly scheduled time too next week. I went a little bit late today. I'm so happy I decided to go live today. If you're just tuning in, or maybe you missed what I opened up with at the top of the show, we had a pretty bad water leak in our house a couple of days ago. And, with COVID and everything that's going on and online schooling with my kids, it's been nothing short of a disaster, actually. Dealing with plumbers and contractors, insurance adjusters, it hasn't been fun. And so I sent a message on our community tab yesterday that I wasn't going to go live today, that I had to deal with all that. Well, turned out we got a lot of work done yesterday. I talked and dealt with pretty much everything that was on the dossier that I needed to deal with at that moment. And it's Labor Day weekend, as of this recording. And so, I couldn't do it. And so I literally decided this morning, maybe as soon as I got up and as soon as I looked at what the program was, what the schedule was for today, I said, you know what? I can't do that to my peeps. I can't do that to my awesome Nez Nation family. I got to go live. And you know what? Because more importantly, not only do I love serving you guys and I love hanging with you guys, but I needed you guys. I need you guys, hopefully as much as you guys need me. I get so much out of these streams. I get so much out of hearing from you and seeing your comments. And, I got a comment the other day where a guy said, he'd been in a hole his whole life. He'd been struggling with anxiety and struggling with just getting himself out of a rut. And he just watched a couple of my videos and he said he was inspired and he was moved and he's taking action. And boy, I tell you, man, impact before income, any day of the week, impact over income. Again, I'm not one of these false modest dudes. I'm not one of these fake gurus who says, money doesn't matter. Forget money. You don't need money. No. I'm not one of those dudes. Money is very important. Okay. In some cases, it's everything. And money doesn't solve your problems. Yes, it does. Actually, money can solve a lot of problems. I'm not one of those dudes, but I will say this till my dying breath, that impact is always greater than income. And let me also add this too. Here's the funny, ironic thing. The more you create impact, the money just comes. The money follows. Getting back to Eduardo and just being yourself and being authentic and being real and being genuine, The more you dive deep into your chest and you be yourself, the money comes. It just does. Impact first. Impact first. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Absolutely, Neil. The year that never happened. The year that never happened. Okay, Marikov says, my name is pronounced Mariko. Okay, the V is the first initial of my last name. Ah, okay, Mariko. Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you. No, you're absolutely welcome. Chris Jones in the house. Good to see you. There he is. I talked about you, Chris, earlier. Look at this. Look at that. Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Ross Brand, the mayor of live streaming. So great to see you, brother. Ross Brand just gave us a $5 super chat. That is so, first of all, not necessary, but I thank you so much, brother Ross. That is awesome of you, man. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. That means the world to me. Thank you, man. I really, really appreciate it. And, I did notice on Twitter that you've got a show coming up tomorrow with awesome Nick Nimmin, D Nimmin, I think Daniel Batal. I'm going to do my best to check that out. Tell me what time that's going on. Tell me what time that's going to go on, Ross, because I might have a client meeting during that time, but I'm going to do my best to check that out. And is that going on your YouTube channel or just Periscope or Facebook? Let me know. And I definitely want to give you a shout out and make sure that people go check that out. Ross has, Ross, I got to be honest with you, man. You've got so many live stream shows. I can't even keep up, brother. That's why he's the mayor of live streaming. And that's why it was my proud and esteemed honor to co-host a show with Ross back in the day. Man, we had a blast. Man. Ross is awesome. So I'm so appreciative of Ross. Neil says, I'd rather have the problem of too much money than not enough. Exactly. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. I really appreciate that. Oh, that's so cool, Eduardo. Eduardo says, impact is on the top of my LinkedIn banner. Chris says, did you say good things, Mr. Jones? Would I ever say anything bad about you? You can't be serious. I would never say anything bad about you. Would I? Of course I said good things, Chris. Ross says, yes, on the StreamYard channel, 1 p.m. Eastern. Okay, awesome. 10 a.m. Pacific. Okay, I think I can catch the tail end of that. So I'm going to try my best to be there. Awesome. Look at this. Eduardo Rodriguez, 50. And this is Norm. I don't even know what NOK is, but I'm assuming that is Denmark currency. Is that correct, Eduardo? Eduardo, I humbly and I'm just honored and so appreciative and so grateful. You really didn't have to do that, and I really, really appreciate you doing that, brother. I'm just blown away. Thank you so much. 50 Denmark dollars right there. Thank you so much. At least I'm assuming it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. Thank you so much, Eduardo, and welcome to the Nez Nation family. This is where we bring more humanness to this digitalness, helping you to advance your career, grow, scale, start even your online business, get your online presence and your online reputation, get your brand message out there. This is what this show is all about. This is what my platform is all about. This is what my agency, my consulting business is all about. This is what Beyond the Box Academy is all about, our sponsor of the show. This is the number one. If you look at the ticket taper down below, it is the number one online academy in the entire internet, in the entire world. Better than a Harvard MBA. We've got 60% off. 60% off. These courses were over $1,000. All of these courses now, my flagship course, Building a Personal Brand That Will Earn You Money, is only, I think, $397, over 60% off. So make sure you go check that out, beyondtheboxacademy.com. Enroll today. Oh, I'm sorry, Norwegian. Thank you so much. Eduardo says Norwegian. Oh man, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, man. I really, really appreciate that, Eduardo. Thank you so much for the $50 Norwegian super chat. You rock. I need one of those buttons like Nick has. Super chat. I can kind of do it myself though. Okay, awesome. That is so killer, dude. That is so killer, man. Awesome. Thank you so much, Ross. That's killer. I can't wait to go check that out. Everybody, look at that lineup. Wow. Nick D and Daniel. Good for you, brother. That is killer. So we're going to definitely have to go check that out. If you're listening to this on the podcast, watching this on the replay, see, here's the thing, guys. You don't just get me. You don't just get me when you come to Nez Nation. You get this awesome Nez Nation family. I mean, look at this. You've got executives, professionals, content creators, podcasters, live streamers, coaches, consultants, educators. Seti is another mod with the best, one of the best mods in the house. Seti, I might have to make Ross a mod too, especially if Ross keeps showing up. I love having Ross in the chat. But Ross, you want to be a mod? I should make Ross a mod too. We've got this amazing family of content creators. Okay. Don't just get it twisted and think, well, am I just getting, what is Nez Nation? It sounds like a cult. What the hell's going on here? Not even close. Not even close. This is an online community where we come together and help each other and serve each other and inspire one another. And, demonstrating to each other, showing that you too can live a life of freedom, that you too can build a brand online and advance your career and start and grow something online. I mean, also sustaining your career too. It's all about relevancy, building your online profile, building your online presence, which is basically what personal branding is in today's terms. I mean, personal branding has been around since Julius Caesar and Genghis Khan. Everybody has a personal brand. It's your reputation. Now it's essentially defined as your kind of online presence, right? Even to sustain your career, even to maintain relevancy, building your brand, because you got to understand that this is the same reason why Amazon owns the world. This is the same reason why Hulu and Prime and Netflix has Hollywood running scared. This is where everything is happening. You are all media companies now. And so it's absolutely important. It's absolutely important that you do this. And so that's what this show is all about. And you're not just getting me, which is so absolutely killer. You're not just getting me. Boom, Ross. I'm giving it to you right now. Ross, you are officially a moderator. It's not a hammer, it's a wrench. Boom, Ross, you are the man. Thank you, Ross. I really appreciate that. You've got a whole new slew of responsibilities, though, okay? I'm going to hold you accountable. No, I'm teasing. You don't have any responsibilities. You're fine. These are the best mods in the business, Ross. A lot of pressure. But boom, I just made you a mod, man. Welcome to the Nez Nation family of the best mods in the business. So congratulations, Ross. And it's an honor, by the way. That's what's so cool. That's what's so cool. Yes, Sweeney. Yeah, it doesn't vibe very well, does it? Yeah, exactly. No, it definitely doesn't vibe very well. We don't want that at all. Welcome, Ross. I love it, man. No, absolutely. And dude, I am so proud of the growth. I am so proud. Yes, it does. You son of a gun. Ross says, does this mean that I have to watch your stinking videos? I will remove that moderator hammer right now, sir. Don't make me pull a Trump and fire your butt. That's what's so cool, man, about going live. That is what's so cool about hanging out with you guys. Is it's really just me being a facilitator, right? I've created the space, I've created the environment, but I am by no means the forefront at or what have you, or whatever. Like, there's no like hierarchy or whatever you want to call it. I don't even know how to describe it, because I don't even think in those terms. It's literally, you've got this amazing conglomeration, this amazing community of awesome content creators, online business owners, executives, professionals. We had the chief marketing officer at LinkedIn on the show, and who was in the chat, and I actually invited him to be a guest on our show. He was scheduled to go live last week, but because I had my leak and I had my problems, I had to postpone it. But hopefully we can get him back as a guest in the near future. I'm going to be bringing on awesome guests. We've got, as a matter of fact, before I get out of here, I want to say this. We've got an awesome guest who is a New York Times bestselling author. We got an awesome guest, and I'm just taking a look at my calendar here. At the end of September here, September 24th, we've got an interview with Jeff Gotthelf, who is a New York Times bestselling author. and LinkedIn influencer. And he's got a great book called Forever Employable. I almost botched it. And so he's going to be on the show. He is going to be on the show at the end of September. So we do our weekly live stream every Sunday, and then I'm bringing on guests. And those shows, you'll get advance notice if you're subscribed. And if you follow the hashtag Nez Nation, if you follow and subscribe to the podcast, if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, if you subscribe and follow me on LinkedIn and Twitter or Facebook and hit all live notifications, we're going to have our great New York Times bestselling author on the show at the end of September. And hopefully I can get the director, the head of marketing at LinkedIn on our show back again too. But I mean, that's just a preview, a small glimpse of the powerhouse guests that we're going to have on the show, and the powerhouse guests that we've had on the show prior. We've had great guests. I mean, Neil's been on the show before. We talked about YouTube analytics. That live stream can still be watched on our channel. We've had the great Ross Brand on the show before. And so, we've got a great slew of guests coming, and more to come. Thank you so much. It has been an honor. It has been my utmost pleasure to be here with you guys today. And I can't wait to see you guys next week. Again, just really quickly before we go, you're watching Office Hours, hashtag AMA, with yours truly, Professor Nez. We go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Every Sunday, unless I get another tragedy or disaster. We go live every single Sunday. So that's our live Office Hours show. And then again, we have unbelievable powerhouse guests coming onto the show where I do interviews and we talk. We do it live where you guys can chat, ask questions from our awesome guests. So make sure you click subscribe. Make sure you hit all notifications so that you don't miss anything. So you're on your way. And so we would really, really appreciate that. And let me know in the comments, by the way, because I want to create content that serves you. Let me know in the comments, especially if you're watching this on the replay or listening to this on the podcast. Go back to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Professor Nez, and let me know in the comments if there's anything that if you have any other questions. I respond to all comments. And also let me know if you, let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see. Let me know what kind of problems, challenges, obstacles that you're facing. And I will create a video around that. My video that I did very recently, how to overcome imposter syndrome, was created from you guys. As a matter of fact, I could say without a shadow of doubt or exaggeration, probably 95% of my videos come from you. So if you let me know what you'd like to see, there's a really good chance you're going to see it. So make sure that you come back, leave comments, and don't forget, go check out beyondtheboxacademy.com, our forever sponsor of the Nez Nation Live stream podcast show. The greatest courses, now 60% off, step by step, holding your hand the entire way. The greatest academy online on how you can build your brand, earn more money, advance your career, get yourself out of your own way. And they're all certified courses. I've been teaching business communications professor. I've been a business communications professor for over 15 years. So make sure you go check that out. Yeah, definitely don't jinx it, right, George? Definitely don't jinx it. Thank you guys so much. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure to serve you guys, and I love seeing you guys. And make sure that you tune in next week. And don't forget to click subscribe. Love you. Stay cool out there, my heat wave peeps. And I'll see you guys next week. Thank you, y'all. See ya.